Today, we're discussing what happens when corrupt cops mess with the wrong person. Someone who knows their rights and refuses to give them up. From cops who threaten jail over refusing to show ID, to those who enter people's properties without a warrant just to boost their egos. Let's take a look at some of the worst cops ever. 3 rookie cops showed up at a government building after some people complained about 2 free journalists filming inside. The people who called the cops were upset about being recorded, but honestly, it was them who needed a bit of schooling on the rights of press. The only thing the cops should have done was explain to these people that feeling uncomfortable about being filmed does not mean the journalists were doing anything wrong. They have the right to film and report, but instead of talking to the people who made the call, the cops went straight to the journalists. One of the rookies even made things worse by bringing up trespassing. Now, how can someone be trespassing in a place like the lobby of a government building? It's a public space meant for everyone. Well, this rookie cop did manage to introduce himself somewhat properly and gave out his number when asked, which was about the only thing he got right. His knowledge seemed pretty limited after that. Since he knew the journalists were recording the whole conversation, he tried not to look foolish. When he realized he might have stepped in it by mentioning trespassing, he quickly said he wasn't accusing them of trespassing, just giving them a heads up. That didn't really help his case much, did it?
You want to look it up before you exit?
Hello.
Hi. Oh boy.
The sheriff's office.
It's right there.
We're being surrounded.
We're not surrounding you.
No, I'm saying I feel surrounded.
I don't know who they are. Have any idea why we're here?
I don't know who called you. I did not call you.
Several people called us actually.
Okay. Talk to them.
So, do you want to move away?
I don't know who Hay is, and I don't know who you're
Well,
talking
sir,
to.
you're in a government building, okay? I'm trying to talk to you, and you keep turning
You're
around.
talking to him like a criminal. We're not criminals.
And while you're here,
I can talk to whoever I want, and I don't like how he's talking to my friend. You are, and you're. But he's talking to my friend all
can
wrong.
you leave these people alone, please, so we can talk?
I'll be straight up with you, man, right? A couple people are concerned because you're recording and you're going into
We're obeying the law. We're not criminals.
This is a government building, okay?
We're upholding the law. Florida State Statute 119-1 is what we're actually conducting. That's a public records request law.
Right.
Florida State
Under the
Statute.
Sunshine Act, right?
Right. And it's our statutory right to walk into the... It's not only our statutory right, it's our constitutional right. And you are law enforcement. Enforce the law, not their feelings.
Okay, so I understand how the Sunshine Act works, sir.
Okay.
With that being said, it doesn't allow you to go into unsecure or go into secure parts of the
Correct.
building, which our callers are all stating
We're
that you
asking
guys
you to
have
leave,
to.
and you
Okay.
can
As that being said, I understand that it is a government facility, but you're still allowed to be trespassed from these buildings.
Are you going to trespass me? What's your name and badge number?
My name is Deputy Callan with the Pasco Sheriff's Office. I'm not saying right now I'm
What's your ID number?
my badge number or C just called 6156.
6156. All right.
His is 5025.
Are you trespassing me?
Right now, I'm not determining that situation. Right now,
Okay.
we're trying to conduct an
Outside
investigation.
before we make you get outside,
Is that
okay?
a lawful order? What do
We're
you
going,
mean?
yes, I'm giving
You want to
a lawful
de-escalate
order.
this?
Put your hands on?
He's
Does he outrank you? Yeah, he does.
But the situation only got worse from there. The cops literally threw one of the journalists out of the building by pushing him away with their hands. They acted like they couldn't be sued for battery, but it's exactly what it was, unwanted touching. Yet the other journalist stood his ground, refusing to leave. One of the cops tried to tell him that the workers and other folks in the building didn't want him around, but really, why should he give up his civil rights just because some people didn't want him there? Once again, the cop brought up trespassing, but that argument fell flat because the journalist knew his rights and knew well enough that he wasn't trespassing. Frustrated, he asked to speak to their supervisor. Turns out the supervisor was on the way, and they even called for backup. Backup for what, though? It's just 2 reporters doing their job. Seems like some cops don't really have better things to do. Then, trying to save face in front of the camera, one cop claimed that they thought the man was wandering into private areas of the building. The problem with the claim, he had absolutely no proof.
I'm documenting the simple battery that's occurring.
If I'm being lawfully asked to leave the building.
You're being lawfully asked to leave the building. Please leave the building, sir.
Are you following in with him?
No.
So I'm going to give you a lawful order too to leave the building. Are you refusing?
Why is it a lawful order?
Because right now you're told to leave.
Have you seen me commit a crime on public property?
So right now you're trespassing. We were told that you needed to leave this building. I'm telling you as a law enforcement officer to leave this building. So I'm giving you a lawful order. If you refuse to do that, then you'll be committing a crime called trespass after warning. So yes, you are committing a crime.
You're giving me an official criminal trespass based on what crime?
Based off of
Let me finish. A citizen has to commit a crime on public property in order.
They do not want you here.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I'm sorry. A citizen has to commit a crime on public property in order to be trespassed. You cannot do the same thing as a private business.
So if you want to go down that avenue, right?
Right.
I was told by multiple people that you went to secured parts of the facilities,
Okay.
which that would be a crime. So I have to investigate that crime.
Investigate.
As part of that investigation, I have to identify who you are.
If you want to detain me, am I being detained?
Well, if you're not going to give me your information off the bat, yes, you're going to be detained.
May I speak to your supervisor, please?
Yep, they're on their way. We have
Right
a
on.
few of them.
we
So
please
we're
exit
going to
the
walk
building,
out the
sir?
door.
I'm going to wait for your supervisor
Yeah,
here.
we're going to exit the building.
It's either going to walk out, or we're going to make you
Exit.
walk out.
Okay,
We're
you're,
gonna walk
you're
out,
also
okay?
hitting me?
Walk out of the building, please, sir.
Yeah, well, it's a simple battery. It's an unwanted touch. Do not touch me.
Out of the building, please.
Don't touch me.
Sir, can you please get out of the building?
I have not committed a crime. I paid for this air
There's a
conditioning.
third. There's a third in there.
Even though these cops thought they were doing the right thing, they ended up falsely accusing a guy of trespassing. One cop said that by the book they could arrest him because they had already told him to leave, and that's supposedly how trespassing works. That's true, but this cop missed one key thing. The rule only applies when people aren't allowed to be in a place and it's private property. It seems like the 6 weeks they spend in the police academy isn't enough to teach them how to act right. Then another cop tried to back up his buddy, saying they had witnesses who saw the man entering parts of the building he shouldn't have. But throwing out accusations like that doesn't mean much without any real evidence or an investigation, which they didn't bother to do. They were just going off what someone said. All this fuss, and they even risked losing their qualified immunity, which protects them from certain lawsuits, just because they were messing with the journalist's rights, like his right to report news and move about freely in public spaces. It's weird that these rookie cops just starting out could forget that they swore to protect these rights for everyone. You'd think they'd remember something that important right from the start.
Are you threatening me with violence
I'm
right
not
now?
threatening you, I'm giving you options.
Well,
If you're going to resist my commands,
I'm
you're gonna be
waiting for your
committing
supervisor. I have not committed a crime. I'm on public property, and I need to speak to your supervisor.
Can you please?
You're
exit
speaking
the
over me. I'm
building, okay?
requesting your supervisor.
We have a supervisor on the way. Can you
I'm on
please
public
exit the
property. I
building?
have not committed a crime. I'm being illegally
You're on-
trespassed, and I
you're
think before. Listen.
So again, I've been trying to be cool with you, right?
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna
not
look-
really. I'm
So,
sorry,
I'm trying to see
Callahan.
your-
I have friends and family with that badge. I want to make your job safer. This tyranny needs to end.
Okay.
Okay,
so-
you can call me a
people-
tyrant all you want.
Yeah.
Can you please exit
Yeah.
the building, please?
No,
I've asked you multiple times.
but it's not a lawful order, and you know
It
that.
is. I
I'm
just
waiting
told
for
you
your
it was a lawful
supervisor.
order. This is a lawful order, okay?
Based
Can you
on
please
what? I have not
exit
committed
our
a crime.
government Building.
Have you suspected me of a crime?
Yeah, we got you suspected of a crime
What
of
crime?
entering secure facilities on our premise.
I have
okay?
not done that. You
So
did
we
not
have to
witness
look
me
at-
doing that. That's
Okay,
not true.
well,
So
guess
you
what?
can't.
We
you
have
can't.
people accusing you of it.
And now
So
we
while
have
we
to-
And you need to
investigate
investigate.
that, can you please exit while we investigate
public
it,
property.
Okay? We're trying not
You
to
want
cause
me
a
to
scene
exit
in
the-
front of all these people in front of children, okay?
It sounds like you-
Can you please exit this building?
You're being silly mentioning
being
the
silly.
children.
There's different
Yeah.
types of public property, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
So
and there's
this
secured
government
area.
building
Right.
is a different type. Just like I can trespass you for panhandling on the side of a street, I can trespass you for being in here.
Well, I'm not panhandling, and
No,
I'm conducting.
I'm giving you a separate
I'm
option.
conducting. You guys swore an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. I swore that same oath, and I'm conducting a constitutionally protected act right now. And if you disobey your oath, if you break your oath right now, you are liable yourself.
Well,
The city, the county is not going to pay for your mistake.
This journalist warned the cops that they could lose their qualified immunity, but they didn't seem to care. One of them said they just wanted the man out of the building. But it wasn't just about that. It was a violation of his rights. Meanwhile, what the cop really wanted was something else entirely. Their accusations kept going in circles, and they were stuck in a loop, unable to come up with anything new. They tried to accuse the man of making a scene and disturbing others, but if they hadn't handled the situation so poorly and thrown his colleague out of the building, maybe he would have been more cooperative. The journalist decided to just stop answering their questions and stay put until a supervisor arrived because he wanted to talk to someone higher up. The rookie cops had no choice but to let him stay there. The whole situation serves as a reminder to all you out there. Never give up your rights, no matter how much someone threatens you with arrest. It's crucial to stand firm and protect your freedoms, even when faced with pressure.
You guys are familiar with qualified immunity, right? Mm-hmm. And when you are exempt from that, right? When you don't have qualified immunity, you know what you're doing, right?
I hear what you're talking about.
Okay, you're violating my
I'm asking
civil
you
rights.
to exit the building, okay?
And I'm telling you, I'd like to
Still
speak to your
government
supervisor
property.
to save you a lot of money.
He is on his way. Would
We've
you like
won.
to talk to him outside so we don't have all these people looking at us?
Look,
Okay? You're causing a scene.
You can talk to Arcadia Police and tell them what we're doing. You can ask them.
I really
I'm
don't
telling
care
you.
about Arcadia Police, sir. I'm
Corporal
trying to
Matos.
have you exit the building so we don't cause a scene with these people.
Those people are in there. They have no idea what's happening out here.
Staring
I'm
at
not.
us out the door, okay?
So? That's not. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not a criminal. You can't tell me where to go.
Fine. You know what? You want to stay right there?
Yeah, I'm going to stay and wait for your supervisor and talk to him about the discipline problem in his ranks.
What's
Whoa, he just snapped at Callan. Oh, man, that's... See, I'm going to make your job safer by getting rid of people like that.
You're not making my job.
I am. They're earning the hate for you. And what's your name and badge number?
My name is Deputy Farrow, Aegis number 6117.
Thank you. Stay professional and honor your oath.
What are you getting out of this right now? Is the whole point here just to make us come in here look like assholes?
No.
Is that what you're doing right now?
How am I making...
Not only were there cops giving this journalist a hard time, but the workers in the building weren't much better. When a journalist stepped out into the corridor, the workers locked the lobby door on him, claiming he had no business being there. However, one cop believed the workers were totally in the right to do this. Well, not exactly. It's actually called denial of service. Then the supervisor showed up. The journalist didn't waste any time explaining everything that had happened. It looked like the supervisor was actually listening. Soon after, the journalist who was previously thrown out by the cops came back. He wanted to tell the supervisor his side of the story too. Unlike the rookie cops from earlier, the supervisor was a pleasant surprise. He could clearly see where his cops had gone wrong. He couldn't understand why they acted like they did, especially about pushing one of the journalists, considering they were in a place they had every right to be. This situation really shows the difference between good cops and bad ones. Good cops don't just team up with others for the false sense of power. They stick to the law and force the way it should be. This supervisor proved just that, stepping up when it really mattered to sort things out and recognize the mistakes that were made.
I do, in fact, have business in there, sir.
Sir, this is the supervisor right here.
All right, yeah, but this guy just locked me out saying I have no business in here.
Okay.
And that's
he has the right to lock that door.
No, he does not. That's called a denial of service, sir. That's if you want to uphold the law, have him open that door.
I'm not going to do that.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Right here.
I have not committed a crime.
Yes, sir.
Your field training officer actually simply battered my friend and myself trying to push us out of here without having committed a crime. We're actually conducting a public records request. I'm sure you've seen it. If you David him, Captain Awesome, you'll see who he is. I'm sure you've probably heard of Captain Awesome. Or no?
So I don't, but I'm not going to David him.
Well, anyways,
Okay.
we're just flexing our rights,
Yeah, absolutely.
like our muscles.
Yep.
And
in the public places,
No
willing
problem.
to do that. Now that
So if I could just ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
What is it that I can do to help you out?
actually, I'd like to
tell
file.
these guys to leave us alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like to file a verbal complaint against your FTO because that guy put his hands on him,
Yeah, he put his hands on
put his hands on me,
trying to get
shoved us
violent,
out, would
was
not
getting
listen.
violent.
Okay.
So, and
I explained to him about qualified immunity before he pushed us out. I gave him the chance, saved him a few bucks out of his own pocket. This guy has won cases already.
This law that they're talking about here, that applies to them keeping drivers' information private.
Sure,
It has
absolutely.
No, has no application to citizens.
The
just like
onus is
HIPAA.
on them.
Absolutely.
Just like HIPAA does it. So
You're allowed to go wherever the general public is allowed to go.
that's exactly,
Exactly.
right. So I just wanted to walk in here and take a quick swoop.
This supervisor was actually really helpful and gave the journalists all the details on how they could file a complaint against the cops who had acted like real tyrants. Then he even apologized to them. He could see that these journalists knew their boundaries and weren't trying to cross them. The saddest part of this whole thing is that everyone was shocked by the supervisor's decent behavior, and it really shouldn't be like that. Being nice and reasonable should be what we expect from all cops, not just a pleasant surprise. It should be a few bad ones who stand out, not the other way around. Unfortunately, more often than not, we see the opposite happening. If you were in this journalist's shoes, what would you do? Would you feel relieved and just get on with your job? Or would something inside you push you to make sure something changes?
And we got to go back to your. Are you the West Pasco office here? Where are you guys stationed out of?
We're stationed out of District 1.
Okay. And if I have to file a complaint against this officer, I would do it there, or this deputy, I would do it there.
FTO, I got
Yeah.
his name.
I'd like to just tell you verbally, he put his hands on this guy. Unwanted touching is not allowed. If you're not a criminal, you can't do that. We're citizens. We obey and uphold and protect the law. You don't put your hands on me or him.
I understand, sir.
All right.
I apologize for that.
Right on. I won't sue you.
Trying to have you
Would you like to provide your information?
No, I don't want to even complain anymore. I just wanted that apology. Thanks. We're square. Accountability is very rare. That's what you guys should follow right there. Thank you.
So, Lieutenant, you're a shining example, buddy. You really are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So is there anything else we can help you with?
Honor your oath.
Okay.
No,
Honor
we're
your
good.
oath.
All right. Perfect, guys.
Right on.
Hey.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I need some hand sanitizer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, actually, that wasn't a dig on you. I always do a hand sanitizer audit.
If you walk up to my car, I have some.
I was just gonna say you're supposed to have some and a Band-Aid if I need it, or a feminine wipe too. If a lady walks up, don't you have to have a? Yeah.
What do you need? I got out my car.
No. You have it ready. You pass. A+.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Yeah, we did not. Yeah, we know exactly where we're allowed to go and when we're not. And if we wandered into a place that was restricted, they let us know, hey, this is normally closed, but we opened it for a party. You can't be in here, and we left right away. That was it. We don't break the law. And I hate to repeat myself. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Take care. Yep.
A group of cops surrounded a journalist on a sidewalk but wouldn't say who they were. They just chatted among themselves, recognizing the journalist from before. When he asked them to give him some space, they arrogantly told him he wasn't their boss and couldn't tell them what to do. But here's the thing, they don't have the right to block his freedom to move around either. What's the deal with that? And another thing, isn't it part of a cop's job to identify themselves when asked by someone? Don't these cops know what they're supposed to do? Yet here they were, acting like it was no big deal. Then things took a wild turn when one of the cops threw out a wild accusation, calling the journalist a terrorist. On what grounds? Just because he saw the guy with the camera walking around. How does that make him a terrorist? It's clear that these cops were just letting their egos get the best of them. They thought they could throw around some serious accusations like planning a terrorist attack just because the journalist dismissed them. This whole mess shows that cops need to remember they're supposed to be public servants. People will respect them and treat them well if they act the part. It's all about giving respect to get respect. And these cops were definitely not on the right track.
I know you don't care. You walk up on me like a thug. Look at this guy. So, what's your name and badge number, sir? Look at these guys, won't even identify yourself. What's your name and badge number?
I know you from somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Do you?
We had a PT a while ago, no?
Maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that why you walked up with me
So
like that?
how can we help you?
I didn't ask you for help. You're dismissed.
You're not my commander, so how can I help
You're
you?
not, I don't have to answer to you.
Okay, so then why are you here?
I don't have to answer
You're
to
not a terrorist, are you?
Are you?
Are you?
You look like a terrorist right
You
now.
look like a terrorist too.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think you're just a dumbass.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, guys. This is what our tax dollars pays for. Bunch of clowns. Instead
You don't need to blow it up, right?
Instead of just leaving journalists alone.
Oh, you're a journalist.
Oh, so you're a journalist now? I thought you were doing this all for yourself.
I am.
Okay.
So,
Free press. Get educated, sir. Thank you.
and you do your work.
You're dismissed, sir. Thank you.
No, I'm not dismissed. You don't give me orders.
Oh, okay, but yeah, I don't have to answer you either. So,
Okay, so you're not here to blow it up.
Have you killed anybody this week, sir? Have you beat anybody up at the border?
Yeah.
Have you have any internal? I work for the border. Have you have any internal affairs investigation on you? You look like you're pretty high strung there, bro. Steroids? What is it? Juice?
Let me see.
No, it's called a badge. Ever since like the fourth grade, hey, ever since like the fourth grade, when they give somebody, they create somebody a hall monitor, they get this complex right here. Look at. Yeah, it don't matter. I don't. Thank you. Took it easy.
When a random cop walked up to a guy and told him he was detained, he probably thought he was going to boost his own ego. What he didn't expect was to mess with someone who knew his rights well and wasn't about to give them up easily. Naturally, the guy wanted to know why he was being detained. The cop told him he matched the description of someone else they were looking for based on a recent call they got. Another cop tried to back out the decision by saying they were just there to do an investigation, but really, they should have done their investigation before they went around detaining people and limiting their freedom to move around. It's pretty clear to the guy that this was just a case of racial profiling. The cops approached him simply because of his skin color.
Sir, you're being detained right now.
For what?
Because I told you match the description of a call that we're on right now.
When did it come out?
10 minutes ago. So have a seat. If it's not you,
I don't want to sit on the ground, man.
take your backpack off.
I'm not. For what?
Sir, I told you you're being detained.
I didn't do anything.
We don't know that.
Well, you better find out. I'm not sitting on the ground, man. I didn't do anything.
Take your backpack off.
I'm not taking my back. I didn't do anything.
Sir, we're going to find that out.
Find it out, but I didn't do anything, man. I had no weapons on me at all. My name is Tony there. I'm well known to the cops. Check my name out with other. I'm not sitting on the ground. I didn't do anything.
Sir, we can figure it out right now.
Figure it out. I didn't.
Well, yeah, so if you can sit down.
I don't want to sit on the ground. I'm not sitting on the ground. I didn't do anything.
If you did, so we can figure it out. Yeah.
Figure it out now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm waiting for my bus. I'm here every night, man, from LAX.
15 incident is 184.
I'm not sitting on the ground. Put on your cell phone, your body cams. Your name and your badge number, please. Name and badge number. Name and badge number, please. Okay. You guys are totally wrong, man.
We're not wrong.
Oh, you're totally wrong, man. You're messing with me. I didn't do anything.
We don't know. So listen.
You don't know. It's like, come on, man.
Sir, listen.
Yeah,
what did you say your name was?
Tony Vera.
Tony. So we get calls, right? We show up to calls and we figure out.
He pushed back, asking them exactly what the supposed description was and what crime was involved. The answer he got? They were looking for a black man in black jeans and a black t-shirt, which isn't exactly uncommon, right? Plus, they couldn't even specify the crime connected to his description. This lack of details made it obvious they were just making it up and had approached him without any solid reason at all.
Who's who and what happened?
What's the description?
Black pants, black jeans, black jacket, black hat, black backpack.
And I'm the guy, huh?
We don't know.
We'll find out.
Well, they said that they're non-desirous, so...
You guys are just harassing me for no reason whatsoever, man. My name is Tony Bear. I'm well known to the police. I filmed the police.
Yeah.
I'm not a dog. I'm not going to sit on the ground for nothing. I didn't do anything. This is a form of harassment. For all the cops that watch my videos throughout the years, not doing anything, they want me to sit on the ground like a dog, pick up my backpack, because I fit the description of somebody. What was the crime? A theft at Target.
Yeah.
Don't they have like body cams up there?
Let me explain what's happening.
I don't like it. I don't appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we don't appreciate people's feelings. So.
Yeah, but you're gonna blame me. But you got all these happenings.
You're not even letting me talk.
Because you're harassing me. That's why.
Not harassing you.
Yes, you are.
We're not harassing you.
I fit the description. Don't they have body cam store footage?
Listen, Target doesn't want to press any charges.
I don't care. I didn't do anything.
If it was you, just don't.
If it was me.
Yeah, if it was you, don't go back.
Don't go back.
Have a good one, Tony.
You guys are completely. And this is going online tonight, man. Madame the policeman harassed Tony Bear. Don't go back to Target. I wasn't even in Target. Unbelievable, man. This is a police force that we're dealing with. Unbelievable.
Have you ever noticed how much cops dislike it when people don't identify themselves? Maybe they see it as a lack of respect for their authority or something. Take this cop, for example, who, backed up by his colleagues, knocked on a man's door. The man came out and the cop explained in what seemed like a friendly way that he was there to look into a parking dispute and some conflict the man had been in with someone else. The man got that they needed to do their job and hear from everyone involved, but he couldn't get why the cops were being so pushy. Then, the cop accused the man of being aggressive towards them. But let's think about it. These cops were the one who started it all, knocking loudly on his door while he was just enjoying his afternoon at home. It's no wonder the guy came out looking a bit aggressive. He was probably scared and confused by the loud banging. Instead of always saying that people are rude to them, maybe it would help if cops just approached situations more professionally next time. Just knocking on the door normally would make things a lot smoother, right?
So, so clearly we got off on the wrong foot. I don't like being accused. I hate confrontation. I'm not.
I don't either.
Guy. If it came off as I was accusing you, I apologize. It was more or less I just had to figure out, your side of the story. And when you come out aggressive, like that, instantly bumps me up, right? Because I have to be. I have to match your aggression.
Well, you're human, just like everybody else. But I'm going to tell you something. What I don't like is when somebody knocks on my door. I need your information because you've been involved in the accident when I knew I wasn't. That's what ticked me off right there. That's what ticked me off. Okay. Maybe next time a little different approach would help.
Everybody can learn from every situation.
All right.
So.
Are we done here?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we move on?
We just have to figure out how to get her out there.
Yep. Whatever it takes. But I'm not moving. Okay. I'm not moving. Landlord, I talked to him just a little bit ago. He said, what's going on over there? I told him exactly what the deal is. And he was here before. It happened before. He's seen it. And he goes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You can't get it.
How'd you guys saw it the last time?
Huh?
Was there enough room for her to get out? Or?
Oh, yeah, because she parked straight. What she did is she parked in. She parked
on an angle.
She parked on an angle this time so she can't get out.
Gotcha.
She parked in straight. But I got so close to her, she had to go in through the passenger door to get in her vehicle. And then I could barely get out of mine without my door hitting the boat.
Okay.
And
you were pushed over this far.
Yeah, even here. I mean, I can get in and out here, but I had to come in on an angle. But as far as door handle hitting, that it's just absurd. It's absolutely crazy. That is not true. My mirror would have hit there before anything. Come on, you knew that. You knew that. You knew that.
I had an idea. But I have, I have a job to do.
I know.
But you knew that. Investigate both sides. I
hate it when somebody accuses me of something when I didn't do it.
I didn't accuse you.
All right. Let's move on. I don't care what she has to do. Just, I'm not moving. My landlord told me, you do not move. Okay. You do not move. Okay, so here I am. I'm not moving. All right, thank you.
But then the cop got even more annoying. He asked the man if there was a vehicle in front of his house, and the man didn't want to answer. Feeling his ego bruised, the cop ordered him to move his car. But why should he move it? He was parked right in his own spot, smack in the middle of his own property. Just then, a woman on a bike with her grandson rode by and tried to butt into the situation. She might have been friends with the woman the man was having trouble with, but that didn't give her the right to meddle in the investigation or the parking dispute.
Now you're just putting words in my mouth.
No, you just told me I did. I was involved in an accident.
You gotta record me. Be correct about it, please.
Okay.
So, is this your truck?
I didn't answer questions.
Okay, so it's your truck.
So see, you're assuming.
We're gonna need you to move.
No, I'm not moving. I ain't moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Look.
We went through this before. I'm not moving. I had told her before with the landlord and everything. I don't care what she does to get out. Get a tow truck and move it over.
You want her to hit your truck?
Bye-bye. I'm not moving. No, I don't. I'm not moving.
Why?
Because.
Why are you being like this?
Because we went through this before, sir. She'd done this before. We went through the landlord. No, don't hold on me. I'm talking. We went through the landlord before this, and we had discussed this before. And now it's my turn. I am not moving because we had went. She told me I got to park over there. So why do I have to move?
She told me she parked here just for a second to take her trash. When you got here, she said she got on the window, told you to hold on. She was going to.
I didn't see her at the window. She did. I didn't see her.
But she was trying to move her car.
But she knew better to park there. She knows I come home from work.
She was just here for a second.
All right, I'm not moving. Bye bye. Nope.
So what happens when she hits it?
Well, then it'd be her fault.
Oh, so that's weird.
That's it. No, that's not weird. That'd be her fault. Okay. Sorry, because I'm parked.
So it's actually fraud if you don't move your vehicle, because then you're asking her to hit your vehicle because you don't want to move it. Is that the route you want to go?
Yeah. Yep. Do it.
Can I say something? This might maybe.
Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Go over there and stay out of it.
Yeah, okay.
Go.
Well,
go.
Go.
All right. Go.
Okay. Marie sent me when she lives here. You may want to go out.
Move.
Marie told me to say something about it. I'm from North Carolina.
I'm not moving. I'm not moving. She can get a tow truck, move it over. Because
the next thing you know, the cop switched up his story. He now claimed it wasn't about who was parked where, but the man who had supposedly blocked this woman's car so she couldn't leave. However, the man stood his ground, saying she was the one in his parking spot right in front of his house. He wasn't about to move his car just because she had taken his spot. Really, it's on her to think about where she parks, right? If anyone should be moving, it seems like it ought to be her, not him. Just a simple thought about respecting others' space before you park could save everyone a lot of trouble.
Yes, sir.
Why are you going to be like that?
Because I'm telling you what, I'm tired of it. Because it continues to happen. It continues to happen. Maybe if she has to pay to somebody to move that vehicle, it won't happen again.
No, that's not how this works.
It will today.
You are stopping her from leaving.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. She
got all the room. She wants to get over that way.
Okay, so
look at this, guys.
she turns right? She's going back.
Look at this guy. Look at this. She thinks she can't. She got all that room to turn around right over there.
Good. How's she
look
back
at
up? If you don't move.
She can turn and go forward. Go up over the curb if she needs to.
You just be simple. Put your mirror in. Back up so she can leave, and we don't have to have this issue.
Because we went through
This is not an issue that has to do with me. This is a
okay. Why don't you get in your car and leave then?
Because I have to do a report.
Okay, do a report then.
I will, but I need your information.
You're not getting my information because I didn't hit her.
Hey,
I didn't hit her.
My guy, I don't think you understand how this works.
I didn't hit her.
Okay, will you let me explain how it works? I think I've done it already. I'll send it to the report. If I will say, you said you didn't hit her. She's saying you hit her. The insurances will battle it out. If they find you're not at fault, then nothing happens.
Okay, I'm parked at home. I'm at home. I come home and I parked. She is in my parking spot. She's in my parking spot. You can tell I have no room to get out of my truck.
Okay, so
we went through this before.
What's
your name and badge number anyway? What's your name?
My name's Officer Bergman.
What's your number?
6.
Thank you. But you know what? No, I'm not going through that. I'm not. Okay.
So where do you guys draw the lines at? So is there a legitimate line that says where your parking spot is?
Right here is my parking spot. Right here. Right here. The edge of my truck should be right here.
Okay. So if you were to move your boat over, you'd have more room to park.
My boat? Sir? If you want to stand here and argue with me, my boat is on the pavement, just like it's supposed to be.
Hold on. You guys get 2 car parking spots?
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense then.
All right, now I'm done.
Okay, I still need you to move.
This cop noticed a guy filming around, so he decided to walk over and ask if he could help him. Honestly, it would have been best to just leave him alone because the guy wasn't looking to chat. Then the cop claimed he got a call from someone in the next building complaining about the guy filming his car. If that was true, the cop should have first explained that filming in public is actually a right, and without any wrongdoing, they really can't do much about it. But no, instead the cop rushed to the guy, telling him to hurry up and explain what he was doing because he didn't want to waste time. If the cop thought something shady was going on, he should have just walked away. After all, it's not like the guy had followed him there, right? On top of this, someone really needs to remind the cop that everyone has the right to record and take photos in public places, including private cars, as long as they're out in the open. Thanks to the First Amendment, a person can record anything they see, and everything's cool as long as they don't step on private property without permission. Is that really so hard to grasp?
Why are you recording police vehicles going into a car park?
Oh, why are you wearing trainers?
I've just jumped out because I've seen you lingering by the door.
Well, go back and get your shoes.
No, I've jumped out because I'm concerned about what you're doing outside the door.
Jumped out from where?
The building.
You jumped out from the building? You must be Spider-Man then.
Right. So what are you doing? How can we help you?
No, no.
Not a lot?
No.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but you shouldn't come out like that.
Well, I'm going to come out and what everyone wearing if I'm concerned there's a security breach to our building.
Yeah, but you're not in for your uniform, my friend.
Doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I'm still a police officer. I've been plain clothes. I'm still a police officer. If I'm concerned about the security to our building, I'll come out and confront you.
What are you concerned about?
Why you're videoing people's cars going in and out of the building.
Who said I'd done that?
I could watch you out the window doing it. I can see you.
Yeah, I'm filming this just now, just in case you might do something stupid.
Okay, well, I'm not doing anything stupid. I just want to know what you're doing.
Well, I want to know why you're not wearing the safety shoes.
Well, I've already explained what I'm wearing.
So you wore the trainers quickly?
Yes.
What are they, Nikes? Huh?
Probably. I already had them on.
Well, you should put your safety shoes, my friend.
But why?
Huh?
I'm not going to waste time if I think there's a security breach to our building, am I?
Yeah. What do you mean you're not going to waste time?
Okay.
Well, still, I think you should come out to the uniform, hat and all that.
Okay,
all that.
well, if I think there's a security breach, I'm not going to waste time.
Why do you think there's a security breach? I'm just walking around and taking a couple of pictures, that's all.
Okay, well, I'm concerned you're going to walk into the basement of the car park.
You're concerned to what?
I was concerned that you were going to walk into the basement of the car park.
Oh, no, can't do that.
No.
No, that would be going into enclosed premises, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was concerned that that's what you were going to do.
No, we're not going to do that.
Only in half uniform.
Yeah.
Okay? So, is there any issues?
So, were you actually getting dressed? I said, were you actually started your shift to get started putting your uniform, but you never put them shoes?
Yes, I haven't started.
It just doesn't make sense.
Right, okay.
Huh?
Okay.
How come you've got everything on apart from the trainers, apart from the shoes?
I took this on when I came outside.
So instead of picking your shoes, why did you pick up trainers?
Because I already had these on. I hadn't started my shift yet.
Nah, it doesn't make sense, my friend.
Okay. Well,
what about the trousers? The trousers is okay.
Sorry?
The trousers is uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, I'm not doing anything that's going to cause me any concern. I'll leave you to it. Right?
No. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Take care, my friend.
This time, 2 workers and a cop from the police station came out to confront 2 journalists who were snapping photos and filming the station from the sidewalk. One journalist quickly questioned them about the signs that banned taking pictures and filming outside the station, pointing out that such rules go against constitutional laws, which should come first. One of the workers argued that the signs were there to prevent people from capturing sensitive information and to protect the safety of workers, but this explanation didn't really hold up. First off, it's the station's job to keep sensitive data secure inside the building. building. Secondly, it's hard to see why cops, who are usually with colleagues and are armed, would feel threatened by someone just taking photos of their building. How could a camera possibly be a threat to a cop? These cops were so out of their depth that they even tried to accuse the journalists of trespassing, which clearly was not the case since they weren't inside the station at all. And even if they had decided to enter this station, everyone has the right to go in and file a complaint or ask questions. Would they call that trespassing too?
Where is the OIPRD main office?
I have no idea because they don't work for us. We don't work for them.
Yeah, I know. It's not very close. And what happens with the OIPRD complaints is they usually hand it straight back to the department. Yeah, they usually hand it straight back to a department. And it's usually what happens. 9 out of 10 times I've seen it happen. They come back all unsubstantiated.
About the police more than 10 times?
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I know people who have.
I appreciate your de-escalation tactics, by the way.
Thank you. Listen, man, so you're asking where the OIPRD office is?
Yeah.
I Googled OIPRD office. The office is right there.
Bay Street. Yeah, that's kind of far. All right.
So that is far.
I appreciate that, though. Thank you.
I wonder if they have a mailing address. Maybe you could look that up. Let's see. It's too far.
How do you guys justify these signs?
Which ones?
The no audio or video recording.
It's a police station, right? So there's certain things that we need to protect from the community.
Yeah, like
right, like investigative techniques, safety of officers, stuff like that, right?
You're not a secret police force. People know police, and I can go and like freedom of information. 1 second, please. What? What is the problem? How do you guys justify putting those signs up when in Canada we do have the freedom of the press? It's protected under the Charter of Rights. The Charter of Rights protects that. And I can go, I'm invoking my right to the free press. Federal law. R.V. Zarafinitis states that we can film police officers in the course of their duty. That's federal law.
Correct.
And you guys are bypassing that by weaponizing a terribly written trespass to property act.
We're not stopping you guys from filming right now.
Well, no, if we went in, because that now, we're at your, let's say the man was assaulted. If he was or if he wasn't, it's at option right now. Let's say I got beat up by a cop one night, and I come in here to file a complaint. The OIPRD office, wherever, and they say you can't film in there because of other victims. You know what? Now I'm putting my life at risk. It's deterring me from coming.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
Not really. I've seen a lot with police. They don't always act up and up.
I'm not saying
you understand?
They do or they don't. Like, I agree
and I'm not accusing you guys of anything yourselves, but what it does do is it makes somebody scared to come in and make their complaints. It's a way of intimidating them out of it. And you know what? If I went in there, I wouldn't be running around and filming everybody's face that was sitting there.
Can I just say one thing before you go further? One thing.
Sure.
We've given you several reasons why we don't allow filming on our property, and you just don't want to agree. You just don't agree with them.
So
Which doesn't make it wrong, though.
None of them trump our Canadian Constitution.
That's right.
But
the Canadian Constitution is the supreme law of
Private property
Canada.
is completely different. This is public property.
Right, it's paid by taxpayers' money, but it's still private property, right? Peel Police
Some
still have
parts of it,
authority
yeah.
over the property.
Restricted
Same
areas,
with the courthouse.
But their lack of knowledge was pretty worrying. They tried to argue that the police station was private property, even though it's funded by taxpayer money. How can people who work in law enforcement not know the difference between private and public property? Despite being wrong, one police station employee kept giving silly reasons, only making things worse for himself. He insisted that filming isn't allowed in the station, not even in the lobby. He said it's because victims of some sort of harassment might come in, and nobody wants to be filmed at such a sensitive time.
Any government building, it's the same. It is paid by the taxpayers, that's correct. However, we still have authority over our own property because we have certain due diligence. We have to protect, like you said, victims, stuff like that, right? We can't have people going in. If you're a victim of it,
you said one thing.
1 second. I know. My bad. If we have a victim of a sex assault or some serious case, we don't want people in there filming and they know who they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Same with accused. If you've been arrested, we have the obligation to protect their identity as well. It's not our business to be telling everyone who is sitting in our building for whatever reason, right?
Well, Douglas, you just said it. You have the obligation to protect that information.
Peel Police is what I meant.
Yeah, you guys have.
Yeah.
You guys have the obligation of protecting that information, not us. So when we go in with our camera and we're just looking at basic documents on the wall or recording my interaction with the police officer at the desk, it's your obligation to hide all that information from the front desk, not
Or
mine.
the victim in that case, or an accused member. Let's say there's a victim in there.
Okay, if it's our obligation to also protect that information, then under that obligation, will we not have these rules? And would it not be reasonable to have these rules in place?
No, you're trying to protect that information by violating our right to free press. That's what you're doing. That's what those signs do.
You're allowed to write whatever. You can go and film.
Not right.
You can write. You can film. You can do whatever you want. But you can't do it wherever we want. I can't go into your house and start filming.
That's not your house.
That it is, though. It's the same difference. It's
No, it
Trespass to
isn't.
Property Act. It's under the same act. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, so Section
Even
2
though
of the
it's
Trespass to
paying
Property Act states someone who is not acting under a right or an authority conferred by law. So when I walk in there filming,
they really need to understand that it's their duty to protect sensitive situations and information. Still, none of this explains why journalists can't film the outside of the station from the sidewalk. I mean, if police really are that worried about it, maybe they should just build walls around the station. The cop, who had been quiet so far, finally joined in the conversation, although it might have been better if he had just kept watching. He claimed it was a no filming rule specific to their station, but here's the thing, the law is always above the station's rules. Plus, they can't make a policy that protects some people while stepping on the rights of others. That's just not how it's supposed to work.
I'm acting under the right to the freedom of press protected by Section 2B of the Charter, and I'm acting under an authority conferred by law, which is RV Zarafinitis, which states in plain English that we can film the police in
they talk, that's
no, that would have to be outlined in the document, and it is not, sir. It says we can.
Case by case, though.
I think we're going in circles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Safety and security.
We're gonna have those signs down someday. We're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. If you disagree with those signs, like you're free to write to whoever, email whoever, and take legal action if you want against those signs too, right? You guys are free to do that, right? But as it stands right now, yeah, we do have certain rules in place, and if you guys don't agree with them, then.
So, if you arrest somebody, though, you just opened yourself up to a bunch of civil litigation because you take somebody's freedom away, which is violating Section 7 of the Charter, taking their life, their liberty, and you can. Yeah, like the police, very much so.
I agree with that too.
You can't make a rule to protect people that violates other people's rights.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That is the wrong way about it.
So,
make restricted areas. When a victim comes in, bring them to an interview room right away. If you see a lady crying, you know what? Also give us a lot of credit too. Is we're not going to go in there and just stick my camera in some poor lady's face who's crying.
But look at it from our perspective too, right? Because you're saying you might not do that, and I have no reason to not believe. I have no reason to believe you or not believe you, right? But we've had people.
We've never met. That's correct.
Exactly. We've had people that are in your position right now saying that they're recording the police station, and hey, they're going to walk inside, and they've done exactly what you're saying you're not going to do, right? So look at it from our perspective as well.
Oh, we can film from out here, no problem. Yeah. But in your police station.
But seeing that this cop was trying to act like a know-it-all, the journalist saw a perfect opportunity to school him a bit and highlight the everyday issues people face with cops. A lot of cops think their role is to make up rules instead of actually doing their job, right? And honestly, nobody wants cops like that. That's why so many of them tell people just to file complaints online when they come into the station. What are they even there for? After all this, it's pretty clear that these cops aren't doing anything too critical because here they are, arguing with reporters about constitutional law instead of tackling real crimes. The journalist also pointed out to the cop, who kept citing various station rules, that nothing gives them the right to only protect some victims while ignoring the civil rights of all citizens, whether they are victims or not. However, the cop disagreed with the statement. It just shows again how unsuited he is for the job he's holding. They should be there to serve and protect everyone fairly, not just pick and choose based on their own rules.
Make an area restricted. Bring them there when they come in. You know what you guys tell us all the time when we want to file complaints or freedom of information requests? Do it online. I hate that. You guys don't pay my internet bill, right? I sometimes don't have internet. So there is a way around this without violating people's rights. I'm just telling you guys this. And if you do arrest somebody for it, and there's somebody like us who's going to stand and fight, tooth and fucking nail until, excuse my language, until it's done, and we'll win. Chances are that we will win. And then you're opening yourself up to a lawsuit for violating our rights to keep other people safe. And that's not the way to go about it. You guys have a job to protect everybody's rights, not just a victim, not just an informant.
Charter,
Yeah, that's right. And I'm just, a lot of the reason I'm here is that sign. People tell me about these signs and I go and film.
Fair enough.
And I'm not going in there. I don't feel like being arrested right now. I have other avenues to do this. But you know what? You guys should be, if I go in there, if I went in one day, I see how busy it is, I would wait until it was pretty emptied out, or come at an hour where I know there's not that many people there. But you got to keep that in mind. When somebody wants to film their interaction with you, that is conferred by law, and that is Section 2 of the Property Act. So you guys are violating the Trespass to Property Act, just saying.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm not going to agree with that statement, but if that's what you think, that's what you think.
That's fair. Look, we started off kind of rocky.
I think both sides here, both sides have good arguments, right?
I think we started off rocky, and I appreciate you guys having a civil conversation in the end. And
I have a loud voice
we don't mean to argue or anything like that.
It's all good. I get the concerns nowadays, right? Especially with videos and that. But Archie's doing his best, right? We got body cameras.
Yeah.
Every car is equipped with cameras now. We never used to have those, right? So like you said, we're
only
holding
some of
police
your
accountable,
officers
right?
have body cameras.
I love
right?
body cameras.
All
Yes,
uniform guys.
Only some, yeah.
Even K9?
I don't know what
It's coming up.
I think it's
K9 will get them, yeah.
Well, the K9 officer is a gentleman who assaulted me. You guys want to know what happened?
Sure.
Yeah,
I was standing here peacefully exercising my rights just as I am right now. Didn't move my hands, didn't move my feet, didn't move in towards anything. Standing right here, and a K9 officer, Finney, number 3111, approached me and came up to me, went like this, and then hit my camera and my hand. Both my hands were on my camera like this.
When the cop and the workers realized they might have gone overboard and spouted a bunch of nonsense, watch how the cop tried to wiggle out of the mess he had made. He now claimed that the police station is public property, but with restricted areas. One of the workers even mentioned that they'd be glad to back off and let the journalists continue their work. Another female worker from the station went as far as shaking hands with the journalists. It seems like these cops thought this kind of turnaround would magically erase all the wrong things they had said and did just minutes before. The journalists made it clear that they didn't have a personal issue with the cops or workers, but they were concerned about the signs that threatened their right to film freely. It was about time someone put these cops and workers in their place. Here's the thing, when corrupt cops mess with the wrong person, they end up having to slink back to work, heads down and embarrassed.
Between this situation and the situation you're describing, is that would have been private property, right?
The police power?
Yeah.
Restricted area, right?
Restricted area, maybe public property, but restricted area, right? The area that I want to go into is not a restricted area, so it's a little different.
It's publicly accessible, and that is covered. That is covered with the freedom of the press. We can't go into.
It's also covered under the TPA, though.
Yeah, but the section I read is very clear. It says anyone who is not acting under a right or authority, and if you invoke your rights, I'm invoking the right to the freedom of press when I go in there, and RV Zarafinitis is the authority conferred by law that lets me film while I'm interacting with police. That should make that allowable in the publicly accessible law.
Okay, yeah. If you
under the TPA,
think that, or you believe that, then like you said, you're doing your thing. You're trying to get the signs removed, right?
Let's stand on the grounds.
Right? You're trying to get your signs removed. You're doing your thing. Like I feel like we're just gonna go in circles here.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna step away.
Read that TPA.
You guys do your thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, as long as you're cordial and cool, then there's no issues with you guys being here and filming.
Yeah, we have some disagreements.
If you want to walk in
overall,
and your complaint, by all means.
Without recording.
We don't hate police. We hate them signs. That's one of the things that we hate.
Yeah. We didn't put those signs there.
My name's Rick. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Rick. Miranda.
Miranda?
Yeah.
Do you have a badge number, Miranda?
Jay. Nice to meet you, Jay.
Do you have a badge number?
3571.
3571.
I gave it to Jay.
Cool. And again, what? Our Josh, Rick, and Douglas, Scott.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Yeah. No. Appreciate you guys coming.
All right.
Thanks for having the conversation.
These cops showed up at a man's door to ask if he owned a black van. It might sound wild, but yeah, some cops really think they have the right to do that. Right off the bat, the man hit them with a tough question. Why did they think they had any right to be at his house? But that wasn't even the worst part. Most of the cops started wandering into his yard without asking for permission or showing a warrant. One of the cops, a woman, seemed really impatient. She asked the man if the owner of the black van was home because she needed to talk to him again. The man was confused and decided to mess with him a bit by asking what made them think it was his house in the first place. After all that, shouldn't the cops have explained why they were there? However, this female cop claimed she had sensitive information that she couldn't share with the man. How could you come to someone's house asking about an issue and then refuse to explain what the issue is? Either this female cop is so arrogant that she thinks she's above the whole explaining herself part, or maybe this is a sign that they made up the whole story and there really isn't any problem they're trying to solve. But let's see what happened next.
How can you assist me? You're being recorded.
Are you the owner of the black van there?
Why?
Because I'm seeking to find the driver of the black van.
What makes you think it would be in here?
I'm just doing door-to-door inquiries at the minute to try and find out who the van is.
Who the van is?
Sorry, who the van belongs to.
Well, you can get that off your PNC, National Computer Program, or PNC, whatever it's called.
Is the van yours, sir? I'd like to come in and speak to you. If it is yours, if you're the registered keeper of the van.
I don't answer questions, mate. How can you assist me? That's what I'm asking you.
Mr. Black?
Excuse me.
Yes.
That's the gate there. I'd appreciate it if you use it. Okay. Now, how can you assist me?
Well, do you know who the owner of that van is?
Why?
Because we have an inquiry relating to it.
So, and is that van registered to this house?
No,
Well, what you chopping this door for, then?
because the van's parked outside your house. And
No,
we're-
it isn't.
We're asking you.
It's not
No,
parked
it
outside
is.
this
It's parked
house.
out in the road outside your
It's
house.
parked out in the road, correct.
Do
Right,
you know
now how
who
can
owns
you
the van?
assist me?
Do you know who owns the van?
Why?
Is the person who owns the van in your house?
What makes you think this is my house?
I don't know whose house it is.
Well, what you
And
come
I
to
don't
the door
really
for,
care.
then?
I'm asking you a question and you're answering.
told you
you're
I don't
answering my
answer.
questions with questions.
Yep.
Do you
that's
know
what I
anything
do.
about the van out there? Yes or no?
So, and I'm asking you why.
I
You
can't
tell
go
me.
into detail.
Well,
It's an inquiry we're dealing with, and we're
I
looking
can't
to
get
speak.
into detail.
We're looking to speak to the driver of the van.
I can't
Do
get
you know
into
anything about them?
detail. Do you know anything about what?
The driver of the van.
Sorry, don't answer questions.
I bet what happened next might catch you off guard. This female cop then asked about the man who was chilling on the couch in his own living room. Now, that's really crossing a line because it was definitely none of their business. But it didn't stop there. Once she spotted someone on his couch, all the cops at the door started trying to peek inside his house to see if the person on the couch matched the description they were supposedly looking for. These cops eventually walked away without saying a word, but they were so discourteous they didn't even bother to try to close the gate behind them. Let's hope they learn from this, and it marks a turning point in how they conduct themselves, because nobody deserves to have their personal space invaded like that, especially in their own home.
Who's sitting on the couch in your living room?
None of your business.
Is it the owner of the van?
It's none of your business. So what are you coming at this door for?
Right, well, we'll just have to wait
Excuse
here
me.
until the driver of the van
Excuse
comes
me.
out.
You're actually breaking the law now. By what authority are you using to look in that window?
I don't
None
need
at all.
I don't need authority to look in anyone's window.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Why is that?
Because I'm just seeing who's sitting on your couch to see if they match the description of the owner of that van.
Oh, is that right? So you need authority, and you've no authority to come to this door.
What authority do I need to look in a window?
What do you mean, what authority? You've got to be acting.
You're asking me what you're asking me a
Right,
question.
okay, right.
and
I'll
I'm
ask you a
asking
question now. Right. So, are you upholding the promise and oath of your authority?
I don't understand what your question
Well, I
means.
suggest you go and find out then.
Right, sir. Do you know anything about the van? Because we're not wasting any more time here.
Glad. Bye. Cheerio.
Right, goodbye.
Gates there.
Now we're talking about some cops who walked up to a guy and demanded his ID without even explaining why he needed to hand it over, especially since he hadn't broken any laws. One of them, a female cop, insisted that he needed to be identified for her own safety. By that logic, she would need to ID anyone who came up to her, which just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of funny when you think about the look on her face when the man suggested she should just call him a good citizen instead. It seems like some cops just don't get that they can't demand someone's ID to throw their weight around. A person actually needs to have done something wrong for that to be okay. She even tried to accuse the man of carrying a firearm, but that didn't stick either. Left without anything to pin on him, she probably scrambled to think of what she could accuse him of next, hoping that he'd just cave and hand over his ID.
How's it going? I don't know. I didn't call. I think they called in there. Why would I need to provide that? Oh, I'm allowed to, but I haven't broken a law, so I don't feel like I need to ID. Oh, no. I don't want to give you my ID. Yeah, but I haven't broken the law, so I don't... Yeah.
Everybody's safe.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Without getting my ID.
I need a form of identification so I can make sure.
That's not how it works. It's not a firearm.
To me,
Well, you can verify it's not a firearm.
well, it could be a tape.
There it is. So I haven't broken the law, so I don't need to identify. I do mind. I do mind. Yeah, I do mind. I do. I don't know.
What's your name?
Oh, I didn't give that. I didn't give that.
No, you can call me good citizen. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can let them know. You can let them know that you verified what it is, and I do mind. Yeah, I do mind. Because I haven't broken the law. I haven't done anything illegal, so you have no reason to. Yeah, you can do that without patting me down.
Then she said she didn't know him, but it's still not a good enough reason for him to show his ID. She claimed not knowing him was enough, even though the law doesn't say she has to know everyone. Feeling stuck, she decided to detain him, but the man just stood there, calm, knowing she was just making things worse for herself with her arrogant approach. All he did was calmly ask for her name and badge number to make a complaint. Ignoring the policies of her own job, she let her ego lead and told him to just write down what was on her uniform. But really, she's supposed to clearly state her name and badge number, not use it as a chance to puff herself up.
Okay. Yeah. No, you don't. You don't need to verify. I mean, if you want to violate my rights, then you could call your supervisor. Yeah. Being detained. Thank you. Yeah. Watch this. Can I get your name and badge number? What's that? I can't read it. How do you pronounce that? Bassero? And your badge number? 5782. I do mind. I do mind. You know, it's policy that you have to identify. I don't.
Yeah, that's why my name is on my badge.
Yeah, I know. So I don't have to identify. Yeah. Yeah, I know because you told me now, yeah.
I need to make sure everybody's okay and safe, so I need to identify you. Can you tell me your first name?
No,